Matthew Wright has announced his departure from Channel 5's weekday current affairs program The Wright Stuff after almost 18 years. The journalist-turned-TV host, 52, has presented the flagship morning show since it began on September 11, 2000, but is said to be leaving amid claims of creative differences with new production team, ITN Productions. ITN took over from Princess Productions in January, with the latter previously producing the show for 9 years. Sources have told Mail Online Matthew found his relationship with the new production team challenging. Insiders suggest Matthew experienced creative differences with the team and felt he did not have as much input under the new production company, who had its own way of doing things. The TV presenter is now said to be in discussions with numerous other broadcasters and will make his first appearance since departing the show on BBC One's Question Time. Despite the Wright Stuff still flying high in the ratings, Wright announced his departure on Tuesday morning, saying it's time to branch out into new projects. In a statement released to Mail Online, he said, "After almost 18 glorious years on Channel 5, and with the show flying high in the ratings, I feel it's time to depart and try my hand at something new." Ben Fro, Channel 5's director of programs, added, "We would like to thank Matthew for his passion, hard work and enthusiasm over the last 18 years, and for making the show what it is today." He will be sorely missed, and we wish him all the very best for the future. Taking to Twitter after the news broke, Matthew wrote, 18. "5 years of 4 a.m. starts and 8 p.m. bedtimes. Can't wait to rejoin the human race." The star also poked fun at Victoria Derbyshire, who hosts her eponymous current affairs program at the same time, posting, "I bet Victoria Derbyshire will be thrilled X." The announcement comes after the Daily Mail exclusively revealed that Matthew was locked in a bitter row with TV bosses over refusing to publicly apologize for a remark made by a celebrity guest about a transgender campaigner being born a boy. He was warned that, unless he broadcast an apology on the next day's show, he would not be allowed on air. A friend of the stars told the Daily Mail last month Matthew was steaming and told them, "Fine, I won't do the show then." "I don't see why I have to apologize for one of my guests stating a medical fact. It's the truth." Branding his one-day absence from the Channel 5 morning show last Friday as Orwellian, insiders said Wright also accused program chiefs of lying about his sudden disappearance from the screen after viewers were told he was off sick. The clash erupted following a lively debate about the gender pay gap involving two of his guests, transgender rights activist Paris Lees and Anne Hegarty, the quiz personality on The Chase. When Anne, 59, queried whether the pay gap between men and women was actually a reality, 29-year-old Paris, who transitioned from a man to a woman, countered, "So you don't think there's an old boys club at the top then?" Anne replied, "Not really. Well, you used to be a boy, you'd know that." Immediately after the show ended, Matthew was summoned to a crisis meeting with Channel 5 honchos, who were terrified by the specter of a Twitter backlash from the trans community. The former newspaper columnist was ordered to broadcast a preemptive apology on his next day's show despite the fact there had not been one complaint. They were freaking out, terrified of getting flacked from the trans lobby. It never happened, confided a source. Insiders on the show revealed Wright steadfastly refused to back down and issue a groveling mea culpa. Matthew is absolutely furious, confided a source. He felt it was time to draw a line in the sand, one he was not prepared to cross. It's a medical fact Paris Lees was born a boy, a fact she has always acknowledged. Matthew is a journalist. He believes in facts, in telling the truth. He said, "I am not apologizing for someone telling the truth." Matthew stood his ground and said there was nothing to apologize for. Anne Hegarty had not been deliberately offensive, and Paris herself said later she had not taken any offense. The source added, "Look, had Paris said she was upset, Matthew would have apologized to her off his own back." The LGBT community has no bigger friend than Matthew. What really upset him is that Channel 5 then blatantly lied about why he wasn't hosting the show that day, claiming he was feeling sick. Viewers and staff alike were not told the truth about his absence. But Channel 5, like the rest of TV, is in the grip of a kind of politically correct madness. Matthew feels he's been caught up in some Orwellian nightmare where truth becomes twisted to suit a specific agenda. In a late-night call, veteran presenter Ann Diamond was contacted and drafted in as a substitute. Later, the perfunctory apology was broadcast to the Wright Show's audience. Whilst Matthew's show has been staple viewing for legions of loyal viewers, the series has not been without controversy in its 18-year run. Earlier this year, the star spoke with Mail Online about his highs and lows on the show. He admitted there have been a few blunders along the way, one of which he will regret until the day he dies. He was widely criticized in late 2009 for naming fellow broadcaster John Leslie in relation to an alleged assault that Ulrika Jonsson wrote about in her autobiography, something which he was never charged with and strenuously denied. "I am really not that evil," he said. "I consider John a friend. I let him down and let myself down." The star also noted that a memorable moment was ad-libbing post-Brexit. Mistakes aside, Matthew said he's proud of what he's accomplished over the past 18 years, particularly winging it for a 3-hour special post-Brexit vote. "The one thing I can never forget, because it was a nightmare and joyous, was our Brexit show in June 2016, he recalled. Matthew explained how he and his team had spent the entire day before prepping a lengthy piece for a Remain vote, including a segment on how the then Prime Minister David Cameron should resign. I woke up at 3 a.m. and saw that we were going out of Europe. Everyone was in a real faff, and we had to rewrite it," he recalled. At first it seemed all wasn't lost, because at least they had their segment on why the PM should leave his post to rely on. But just moments before they were due to go on air, Cameron announced he was stepping down, leaving their work redundant. "We winged it, the whole program from start to finish. From being a nightmare at the start to the end. I am extremely proud of the show." Matthew also revealed how he was pranked by Richard Madeley, who stood in for the Wright Stuff host during the Christmas holiday in 2016. The veteran presenter swapped Matthew's propped vodka bottle that is normally filled with water for actual spirits. "I didn't touch it for 6 months," he recalled. "I go down and pick it up and neck it. It was all for show. Before I realized I had drank a third of vodka. I was quite sozzled." Another particular standout moment for the married host came when he challenged good sport Tory MP Ed Vaizey to take herbal Viagra in 2008. "I salute him because he didn't run away," he said. From the moment he realized he was sozzled live on air after accidentally drinking half a bottle of vodka, to ad-libbing through a Brexit special show after the unexpected leave result, the veteran host said he'd rather be doing than entertaining his audience. Matthew, who has grilled countless high-profile guests since he began fronting the show in 2000, also revealed who had been the worst-ever interviewee in its 18-year run. The star claimed former X Factor hopeful Frankie Kakaza stands out in his mind for all the wrong reasons. "He looked rough as stank of booze, said he'd been up all night s-ing birds," said Matthew of the singer's appearance on the show back in 2012. "It was painful to watch. By the end of it, he'd shut up. It was a horrible show," he recalled. Matthew met his second wife Amelia Gadd at a garden party held by Miriam Stoppard in 2007, with the couple tying the knot 3 years later in the Caribbean. In 2013, the couple revealed they were trying to conceive a baby with the help of in vitro fertilization, but 3 of their IVF pregnancies so far had ended in a miscarriage. Amelia is unable to conceive naturally following an ectopic pregnancy before they married that nearly killed her. Matthew also famously appeared on I'm a Celebrity. Get Me Out of Here in 2013 and was the 4th contestant to be eliminated.